Welcome to our reality, everyone. I don't know why you're here, but I am glad you are because tonight we're going to be talking about Survivor season 49. 18 castaways in to Fiji. 2 weeks have passed. Two castaways have been eliminated, both from the same disastrous Kele tribe. Uh, and since we're 2 weeks in, we have a lot to catch up on. Two whole episodes. And I have a lot to learn in this podcast as well. Because I am changing over from my Big Brother game of knowledge to Survivor game of knowledge and have a lot to learn in the process. So joining me is my esteemed Survivor colleagues, the Nick City and the Zack Perez, here to recap the first two episodes of Survivor season 49 with all of you. We are here live on YouTube. If you want to hop in the chat, feel free to hop in, make your comments known. Any questions you have at any point, feel free to hop in. If you're joining us for the very first time, otherwise, welcome. My name is Barrett. If you want to like this video, subscribe to the channel. That would help us out a lot. And we have a bunch of other links in the description below if you want to check those out. But without further ado, I'm going to go to Nick. You first. This is our first Survivor podcast together, stream. I don't know what we call this anymore exactly. So with that being said, we do have 18 castaways that joined the game 2 weeks ago, and we have watched a couple of Falter already. What have you thought of this season so far, just 2 weeks in?
So first of all, Zach, I weirdly agree with you right this second that it is weird hearing Barrett talk about Survivor because that was like not what my brain was expecting for some reason, but we're
It's
gonna just
crazy.
like roll with it. So to answer your question though, meh is like the word that comes to my mind. Like there's some people I'm like really enjoying so far, and then there's others that can already get off of my screen. And just overall, just feelings of like, okay, that was an episode, and I don't know. It's not been as crazy as the last few seasons have been, I feel like, in terms of like there's all these advantages falling from the sky, and there's people digging in the sand and people climbing trees and looking all over the place for things. And that I feel like is kind of refreshing because there's not like just a bunch of things to keep track of, which I like as a viewer. Um but it's been okay. It's been all right. I'm hoping for a little bit more drama, a little bit more like something, because these first two episodes have been like there, I guess.
Okay. Zach, are you also feeling meh about this season so far?
Yeah, it's like I feel like especially for you, Barrett, like this is the perfect starter season. Beginning season. It's
Good.
not too complicated. It's not Survivor 41 or I'm trying to think of a complicated one. Like 44 was pretty like that. It's like pretty good starter season for people. Pretty upfront. It's like it's still getting its gears going. I'm not completely bored, and yeah, I mean it's been pretty okay. I feel like it's a little bit. It feels like a wash, rinse, and repeat kind of thing these past few seasons, as far as the tribe dynamics, which we'll get into a little bit later. But I'm not to the point where it's like, I want to watch something else. It's like I still tune in and I still watch and stuff, and I'm still getting to know everyone. So yeah, it's been fine. It's been fine.
Okay, great. Well, with that being said, I feel like I had a better time than you two watching these episodes. Did I? Maybe it's because y'all have seen a lot of survivors that have been like this from the vibe I'm getting. Whereas this is kind of like my fresh view of the modern era of Survivor. Would you consider the modern era be like a post Winners at War? Is that when people kind
Yeah,
of okay,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
cool.
that's the new
Um,
era,
I
Barrett.
gotcha.
That's what that's called. So.
Well, if that's the case, this is my first time viewing anything from the modern era. Everything I've viewed, I watched 40. I have watched a couple of other seasons here and there and know through osmosis other things. That's where I'm at. I don't want anyone to think that I'm gonna pretend that I am a Survivor fan and like have a deep knowledge of the game for watching this season. I will not tolerate anything otherwise. So but also welcome everyone that has hopped in the chat so far. Colton, this is real. This is me talking Survivor. It's not a multiverse. And Bincy, Colton, and my mother, welcome to the chat as well. So with that, let's start talking about this cast a little bit more because we talked about the modern era, I guess. Actually, no, let's catch up first and then we'll kind of work from there because I want to update the graphic to where we were at currently in the game. So we started off with 18. The past 2 episodes, we've seen Kele go to tribal council both times. We watched Nicole be voted out in the very first episode. And then last night we watched Annie, a fellow Austin native. Well, I'm not a native, but a fellow Austin resident being voted out in the process.
Your
And we
neighbor.
saw Alex gain an idol. So that's where we're at currently. But let's talk about the cast as a whole again. I want to ask the both of you. Nick, you can go first. What do you think of this cast in comparison to other casts in this modern era? Is it truly copy paste in terms of what you've been seeing lately?
Yes, definitely a lot of copy paste for sure. I feel like this cast, and I don't want to say this too early, but this cast reminds me a lot of last season's cast. And I did not like last season's cast like at all. Like that was like one of the worst seasons of Survivor ever. And so like this cast giving me that vibes, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I hope that we don't go down that road. Um, but there are a lot of people I do like independently, I will say. And so like there's people like Savannah, like Rizzo, of course. I mean, I'm biased there, but he's been really relevant in all the episodes still anyways.
True.
So like Christina, the Sophies, like there's so many people that I'm like actually enjoying um that it kind of makes me look past the people I dislike so far, like Jake and Alex.
Ooh.
But it I don't know. I'm gonna give them more time before I declare it as a bad cast, in my opinion, because like I said, there's a lot of people within it that I'm appreciating so far. So I'm just hoping that those people can continue to not be voted out because I did really like Nicole. I thought that she was like really fun, and I liked Annie a little bit too. So the people I've been enjoying are like the ones getting the boot. So I'm not enjoying that. So I'm hoping that like the people, like I said, that I am enjoying continue to stay in the game because I don't want to watch a season full of people I dislike in the end game, which was last season. So that's what makes a bad season of Survivor for me when the end game is made up of complete a-holes. So and I'm not saying these people are assholes off the jump, but
It could be.
I'm
I think there's
I
a
don't
few
know.
suspects that could be
Yeah,
down the line.
I think there's definitely some people that are doing some questionable things already.
All right, Zach, do you see the comparisons to last season with this cast, or where do you stand with this group of people?
Definitely comparisons to last season. Like we can't. Okay, look. The only reason why I like Jake is because he is fantastic to look at. That is it. Like
Girl.
that is it. That is it.
And
He's
people say I
okay.
like to stand the hot people just because.
Well,
Just saying.
look.
Yeah.
Overall, he besides taking out just the women so far, unfortunately, and only being in an alliance. Well, he's in an alliance with Sophie. Um, he hasn't done anything really bad yet. Like Nicole, unfortunately, like was taken out. I feel like it. I feel like it was just flat out with her and Annie as well. And I mean, Annie has been entertaining, but Annie is giving me off-brand. Uh, oh my gosh, what's her name?
Uh,
From
Angela
season
Rockstar.
No, yeah.
Wait,
From
can I make Big Brother references in the Survivor
Sh-
podcast? Is that allowed?
I mean, sure.
sure.
Or can I
Uh,
only make references when I've learned them in Survivor?
I mean, you can learn it. I mean, you can do it. I'm
Teach me
thinking
this
of
reference. What is it?
Nick 47, Rachel's final two.
Sue.
Yes, she reminds me of Sue a little bit. Not as like, you know,
Sue is so much better.
I mean, yeah, but that's why. Like, think of
Oh,
Sue
she
like if
said
she went
discount
home really
Sue.
early. Like that's
Discount
kind of
Sue, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
can see it.
but she gave enough. I feel like,
She did.
but this cast overall has been wash, rinse, and repeat kind of thing because the past few seasons we've had the what is called the disaster tribe, which is basically one set tribe goes to tribal council pretty frequently in the pre-merge. Uh, it's happened what 4 seasons in the new era now.
Oh gosh, I feel like it happens like every single one. Last season it
Yeah,
happened with Say and Cedric, and they
yeah,
were the
40.
last two. Oh, and Mary. They were the last three left.
Yeah,
Um,
47 didn't happen. I don't think
mm, who won 47? D or
Rachel.
no? Rachel. No, it didn't happen in that season. The season that
46.
Kenzie won. I know
Yeah,
it happened a lot in.
With Bon.
Yeah,
But
that was a disaster.
they're it's basically a tribe almost gets decimated and then by the grace of god there's a merge or something,
Yeah.
and we've seen it over and over again. We've seen it in all different forms where one of the people from the disaster tribe goes on to win the season, or
Mm-hmm.
one of the or they just end up uh decimated in all, or they make it into a different alliance and everything like that. It's we've seen every outcome of it, so it's just like this is what I have a problem with the three tribe format, where it is, which um this is something that the fans begged for seasons ago, where it's like we would like a three tribe format. It would be really cool instead of just two tribes, because if one tribe is always losing, then only one tribe is going to be winning. So there's just
But how is that any different for a three tribe format? I mean, if you're
Well,
still gonna have a weak link of tribes, wouldn't it not just
so
stay true for?
I think the only time that that's happened in a two tribe format is Palau,
yeah,
right?
completely, yeah.
So like in Palau Barrett, which was season 10, there was this tribe and they went down to two people, or was it just
One.
Stephanie? It was just
It
Stephanie.
yeah.
Yeah, and the merge was her joining the other tribe. So that's the only time that that's happened in a two season, uh, or two tribe season. That's what I meant
The
to
merge was
say.
just her joining the other tribe. That's so
Yeah,
sad.
because
And
her tribe
then
lost every single pre-merge
and then
challenge.
her and the other guy, they had to do fire making to determine that.
Oh yeah, so yeah, her and the last guy on the tribe, they did a fire making challenge to determine who would
My God. Well, it
go to the
just seems like
merge.
with Kele's case, and maybe this is a good opportunity to talk about just Kele in general, because we'll get to everybody. But since this is the tribe that is having the disasters happen to them over and over again, I almost feel like what you're talking about with the three tribe format, it just feels accelerated. I mean, you're just seeing the remaining players. I mean, like at the end of last night's episode, you had Sophie not being able to answer Jeff's question. You had Sophie not being able to put the puzzle together. You had Jeremiah having to ask Jeff, like, what did you ask? After like 5 seconds of answer. And it seems so utterly defeating. Well, it is a disaster, so that would go along with it. But I think this tribe is also really interesting if we want to expand on this, because we do have the group of four that is now the only four in the tribe of Alex, Jake, Jeremiah, and Sophie. Unless you want to talk more about Jake and just Jake in general, because he's a storied individual on this
That's
season. across multiple.
Exact question.
He has a story for the generation above him and a story for the generation below him coming onto this season. Got a lot of things going on. So yeah, let's just talk about Jake. Okay, so Jake immediately on the island tells everybody about his dad, who was recently diagnosed with glaucoma. This will be the last season that he could have the opportunity to see his son play Survivor, because it's the last season he will be able to actually watch, which is a completely gripping story. I've never heard anything like this for a reality competition show, and I'm saying that not watching most of these seasons. But on top of that, he's also missing the birth of his son, which feels like it makes it a little bit more complicated that he's here. So I want to get your thoughts. And on top of that, he is the ultimate. I think Rizzo referred to him as the Canadian Conor McGregor when he didn't know his name in Ponderosa. And so he is just also that guy who is part of the reason he wanted Annie out, was because she was becoming too much, or thought that she was the leader and like being the dictator. That's really the role that he wants to have over everybody, it seems. So what do you think of Jake, and do you have any issues with him being here for one of his circumstances?
He reminds me of Russell Hantz.
Oh no. Or yes.
In Russell Hantz in Samoa, I will say, in early stages of Samoa. That's the vibe I get from Jake, where it's like he's just like trying to be a villain and be a character, and I don't like it. I don't like villains that are fabricated, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I want somebody who's going to be an authentic villain, who's going to lie and backstab and vote people out. Why are you putting their shoes in the bushes? What is it doing?
That is
other
one
than
thing
you
we
being
need to talk
annoying. Like, come on. Zack, can you defend that, or like?
Look, I honestly, I don't. He's not burning anyone's socks yet, mind you. He's not that far
right.
yet.
Which was things
he's
Russell
gonna-
Hantz did, for context,
Yeah.
Barrett.
Okay.
And hiding. Well, they don't even have a machete to hide, so I don't even know if he would do that.
Yeah,
but
he hit the machete.
Yeah. So I don't. I really can't defend much. Like, he's in this position just because of his size. Honestly, I mean, that's just what it comes down to. All in all, which honestly, it's also funny because if you would have, what everyone was thinking was that this tribe was not going to be like worried, because he was going to be like the typical alpha guy that like helps his tribe come along, maybe carrying a whole ladder and saving everyone from drowning.
Right.
This happened in one of the seasons, and he's just doing things not for any particular reasons, but on the case of his kid or his child, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Okay.
Like,
your son is also a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
I was gonna say, the way he
having it
phrased
once-
it was he told his wife that he would not do it, and she said to do it. So it depends on how much you like that explanation, I guess. And do you?
And I mean, I would. Not that I'm in that position or anything like that, but it's like, if CBS is calling me, I'm gonna answer.
Okay, then answer me this: is it smart to then tell people about that part of your reasoning for being on Survivor? Because I feel like I would have just left it at the dad thing. Is that weird?
It's gonna come out eventually.
I know. Is it
Is
though?
it?
You don't have to have it come out.
Because his kid was born while he was away.
I feel like you could have gotten away with it.
Well, yeah, his kid was born while he's away. How are the people on the island going to know that? Like,
I agree,
Well-
Colton. I can't say that on this podcast.
Well, literally, like, it's, you're gonna post like oh, child born or happy birthday or something like that, like a year later or something. Like people are gonna
Well, yeah. I
Survivor
mean,
Yeah, once the
fans.
game is over and it's
that's the
not on
thing.
TV anymore.
What do
like-
you mean?
Oh wait,
That's
are
like
you
saying don't lie because someone's gonna eventually figure. What do you mean? It's gonna be way after the fact, after you've already won the money.
look? I'm just assuming this is just assuming. I'm assuming that his wife knew that this may happen, and she would say, "Yeah, go do it if need be." Because I feel like the two circumstances, yeah, they're like his dad. This might be the last time his dad is able to even see him on TV.
Yeah,
I can understand that part.
which is why you leave it at that.
Well, then it's like, I don't know. I would go. I would go. I would go.
Okay.
I feel like if okay, if I was straight and in a relationship with a woman, married or not, and we were trying to have a child, I would not be auditioning for reality shows to go on to while also be trying to have a child, because what the hell happens if you do get put in this situation? I just feel like it's like, and like, okay, granted, I said this in our other podcast talking about another person in their relationship. I don't like getting involved as a fan in like their relationship, because that's not my business at the end of the day. It's really not. But I would not do that because I feel like I would be selfish by being like, I'm gonna go live my dream and go on Survivor. Peace, have fun giving birth. Like, it's just so like not. I don't know. It makes me feel icky. It makes me feel icky, and like my mind goes to things like what happens if something happens while she's giving birth and you're off in Fiji having fun. Like, it just doesn't
I
sit
mean,
right
he'd,
with me.
he'd get a call.
From
Oh,
Fiji.
yeah, from Fiji. And what's he gonna do? Teleport?
I mean, look at no, not Savage. Terry Dietz.
Yeah, but like so Barrett, this is for context. I love having to give Barrett the context.
I know.
Terry Dietz was in Second Chances. It was fans voted for the cast of the season. Terry
Okay.
Dietz went on, and a couple days into the game, his son had to get like surgery or something, and heart surgery, and his wife told the production people to tell Terry and like to tell him to pull himself from the game, and he did. Um, so he quit because his son like needed like heart surgery, and it was like
Yeah.
he like could die like in the process. So yeah, and I don't know if I'd compare that to this though. I don't know. It's just like, so as someone who has been around people who are pregnant, I sound like crazy saying that, but like people like they have to go to doctor's appointments and like all this stuff, and it's like they can't do as much, and like she's pregnant, and you're just gonna be like, bye, I'm gonna go play Survivor, like, and that's so fun. I don't know, it just feels so like selfish to me.
Yeah, how would
And
we
I
feel
don't know
about
if
it
that's
if
a
he
bad
didn't have
take, but
the his dad being a part of the story too? I was just thinking about that. If it was by itself, it'd be like, okay, pretty pretty messed up. And so does the having the
yeah,
other thing, does it even it out? I don't know.
I
But
forgot
Think of
about that
like
too.
there was trying to think of like other instances of like, ooh, tough. Like someone
I don't know.
put their honeymoon on hold. Someone
A honeymoon is a trip. You could go on your
well no,
honeymoon.
I'm thinking I'm thinking, okay. Uh
I do want to get to the shoe bandit thing soon though, or else we will be here for 3 hours.
We will,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
If we have
'Cause
49 seasons worth of people who made up or not made up, who had reasons of going on the show and missed stuff at home. Okay, let's look at the shoe bandit stuff real quick. I didn't think this was gonna be a thing that we would have to show, but
I found it. That over there. Wait, that's weird. What? Someone throw it? Yeah, that was a throw. That's crazy.
Is 99% entertainment, 1% chaos.
I'm glad you found it.
No, I
This is just the start of the famous Shoe Bandit on Survivor 49.
Okay, why is this happening? Why is he doing this? He's just not. It's just lazy. It's not anything. You're just picking it up.
He
You're
wants
picking
to
up a
be a
shoe and just
villain.
saying over there, throwing the shoe over there. Like,
That's the
What-
thing.
defend
It
your
doesn't
show.
do anything. It literally does nothing because it's like 3 feet away. And then everyone's just like, why does the shoe end up over there? And it's
That
like,
is the question. Yeah, I would just be like, well, I guess my shoe's over here. That's a little strange. Anyway, it's not
Maybe
even like a
he-
little
It's
mind
so
game.
weird.
Maybe he was planning on putting it in the fire, but they don't have fire, so he's just throwing it.
He's waiting until they get fired to do anything worse to the shoes. Yeah, he's got a whole ocean. What do you mean?
There's a whole forest behind him. He could go put it anywhere.
Yeah.
He puts it like 3 feet away from them.
He needs to be stuffing it into one of these bags that Jawan keeps like throwing all of his sticks and bugs into to potentially hide an idol, but it turns out it's Savannah's bag, whatever that was. Which I guess we'll talk about later anyway.
That
But anyway, this was Jake stealing people's shoes and just the left shoe. Is it just the left shoe and just hiding it
I
somewhere?
think he tries to do both because he grabbed both of someone's shoes, and I think it was Sophie's or something, and she was like, "Oh, those are mine." He's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
someone
I'm
literally
putting-"
caught him doing it, and he's like, "Oh, all right." He just did it again, and then no one remembers that. Like that's
He's like,
what are
"Oh
we
yeah,
doing?
these are dry." Yeah.
A lot of
Oh.
people taking other people's stuff in these episodes is all I could say. Actually, no, there's a lot more to say. But with Jake, he is the leader of this tribe. He's got his budding bromance with Alex, which seems to be more him and not Alex looking at Jake as the bromance. I felt like every time I heard bromance, it was from Jake. Is the only reason I say that. But this tribe is really interesting. The group of four, I would be really curious what happens the next time that they go to tribal. What are y'all thinking for the Kele tribe between Alex and Jake and Jeremiah and Sophie? I mean, I feel like they're all appealing in their own ways. Jeremiah mainly with his laugh. That's crazy. But Alex, I think, is a good villain in this Kele tribe. What do y'all think of Alex? Some things he does is like annoyingly evil.
He annoys me too. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Him and Jake are like the bottom two for me out of everybody in the whole cast. Like, I just like
I mean,
don't
fair.
like them.
See, Alex is giving Albert to me.
Interesting. Why?
It feels like seems like he feels like he's doing this good game, like he's having this good game so far, and he has an idol, but you have so much power, but you're not doing anything with it. Which, mind you, I mean, he's not going to betray Jake, so like he was either going to take out Annie or Sophie. Like, clearly we know what he stuck with. This is the problem with this is the problem with the new era, is that like everyone's a hero.
Yeah.
There's
There's no
okay.
villains on Survivor anymore.
yeah.
I will say that is a good point. Every cast interview I was watching was just like, here's all of the good deeds that I have done in my life, and here's the really
It's
cool
so-
fancy job I have now. Like
It is
it was
so
wild.
obnoxious. I love to call it the American Idol edit. Like when you see it in the episodes and they're like, so my parents, they worked, and like I just want to like give back to them. And it's just like so like I don't care. I'm sorry, but it's like so annoying because it's every single season and every single person has a sob story, and I understand that. Every single person has gone through a lot of crap in their life. I get that. I don't care about it. I really don't. I just want to see you play Survivor. I really
And that
do.
no, that's okay, Nick, because like I feel like all reality shows, especially competition shows, that is the format, and you say that because you've seen it over and over again, and especially on this show where
Yes.
they're on the same island with the same format, apparently down to the tribe numbers every single season in the modern era. Then naturally you're gonna get annoyed when you start seeing the similarities between everything and also everyone. So that's totally valid. You're okay.
Good, because that's how I feel.
It doesn't make you a bad person, and it doesn't mean that they haven't done things in their life that are cool.
Right, and they're allowed to do all of those things and allowed to want to give back to their parents and do all
Yes.
of whatever they want. I don't care. That's fine. But I hate that we have an hour and a half of Survivor now, and like I feel like all I hear about is everyone's sob story about why they want to win the $1 million. And it's like, I get it, but show me. Do something. Go find an idol, plan a blind side, vote somebody out, go do something about it. I don't want to just hear you talk about it. I want to see it go into action.
See, there was
So
this,
annoying.
whenever 41 came back, this is just a peak reminder of like just turning everything into a sob story where it's like this guy this guy is telling his life story. He's like, I used to have glasses and braces, and like now I'm on Survivor and I was a track star, and like seeing how far I've come from that and being who I am now. You're laughing, but this was exactly what it was.
Yeah,
No,
like
I
that.
mean
And
I could see that being on this
it's
show.
so obnoxious. It's like we all had braces as a kid. Who cares? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
It's so funny to watch the tone of this show with like no input from people on Twitter or on Blue Sky or wherever you talk about Survivor, and only have my notes. And then I come on here and you two are just like shitting on it because it's so happy. The show is so happy versus how y'all talk about it. And I don't ever get to have this experience from a reality show. So it's so interesting. Because I had these things prepared for like but it's just really funny.
Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things that I like about Survivor.
No, I'm not saying
But
it.
there
It's
are a
just
lot
like
of things I dislike too.
yeah, I think that just means you are a seasoned fan of the show.
Well, yeah, you're just saying there's the tone, especially since you're new. There's the tone that you see the
Yes.
show presenting itself, and you're just like, oh, I wonder if this is pulling on any heartstrings or anything like that, or oh, I
No,
wonder
it's
if these
not.
people
Yeah,
are endearing.
this would be the closest I probably get to being like a casual viewer into Survivor because I think from
That's
here
what
I'm just gonna
it's
be
giving.
ingratiated in everything that is like all of y'all's knowledge. So I'm excited for that. But it's so funny to watch all of these positive stories and like, oh my god, like I get it, you're a rocket scientist and you've all overcome so much. I get it.
No, whatever Nicole was like, as a what was she, a political janitor? No, wait,
Oh,
not
what
janitor.
She was a consultant.
Consultant.
she-
Yeah.
Financial consultant.
Yeah, and then her
Yeah.
family owned a bagel shop, I think.
I think, and she was like, as a
Yeah.
financial consultant, I need to see through all of people's BS and all this stuff. I'm just like, oh crap, she's going home.
Yeah. It's Nicole is the consultant. You got Alex, the communications. Alex lying to people scares me. That's the only reason I say like kind of villainous vibes is because like the way he talked. Nicole and Annie both left the game in their interviews talking about how much they liked Alex. I mean, you had Annie giving Alex a hug. She was leaving.
Yeah.
Which was wild. Like, but that says so much. And then Nicole turned to Alex right before the vote and be like, am I good? So like, I don't know. I feel like that's something to keep an eye on. And also now that Alex has an idol, well, I say he has an idol. Alex and everyone else knows that he has an idol in that tribe. So
The tribe has the idol.
The tribe has the idol and we'll decide what to do with the idol. But no, I'm loving this so far. We do have two other tribes that we have not discussed at all, and But I also
that's
feel like
how,
we haven't talked about anybody other than Jake and Alex so far, and Kele.
well, that's how these episodes are. Is that like inadvertently, whatever tribe is going to try, because there's this thing, or you know the Edgic, right?
Yeah, yeah. All
Yeah.
your
So
different edits.
yeah. So there's a specific edit. Usually, what always happens is that we're going to focus on the tribe that's going to tribal. So that's
Mhm.
why we have so much content of them and why we know more about them than anyone else. Like, I'm glad you put the names on here because I honestly could not tell you. Like Steven, I didn't even know his name.
Well, that's what me and Nick were talking about too. There's so many S names. We got Sage, Savannah, and Shannon all on the Uli tribe. We're waiting for the Sajanan alliance to
Jan,
form.
yes.
And then we have also two Sophies. Thankfully, they're not on the same tribe.
And they
then
don't
we
even have a
Steven.
last initial either. God forbid if they swap together or something. It's
I
like-
know.
Sophie, yes, no, Sophie with an I.
Well, both of them technically have eyes.
It reminds me of like I think it was maybe 41 or 42. There was a Brandon on the season, and we kept on having
Oh,
Brandons, and then
yes.
we had a Brendan, and then we had a
Brando.
Brando. Like we had different iterations of Brandon, and it's like, come on, like give us some other names.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like Bachelor, Bachelorette. You just end up accumulating a bunch of normal names with the one initial at the end. But somehow over the years, you just kind of remember who is each one if you're that closely following. Okay, do we want to talk about Jeremiah or Sophie? Jeremiah has the only sound from this season on my soundboard, and it sounds like this.
I'm writing Andy's name.
What is that? How is that his laugh? I mean, I don't want it to change though. It's made me laugh every single time I've heard it. So
They're trying to give him the evil gay edit, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's working because I don't like him. So, I mean,
we'll see how it works out. If they go to tribal again, you have Jeremiah and Sophie who have verbally said to each other that they want to be each other's the two in that four, really. And then you have Jake and Alex who have the budding bromance. So how does that all work out if they lose
Then you have
another
Jake and
challenge?
Sophie too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I just don't
kinda
understand like
distantly, probably.
what Jeremiah and Sophie plan on doing now.
What can you do
Nothing.
if you have
Vote
Alex
each
who
other out
controls
at
it?
that
I
point.
mean,
Like,
unless you can convince Alex to go against his bromance or something. I don't know.
and Sophie knows that he has the idol. Like, it's like you can't even try to do
Yeah.
anything.
That's the thing. Everyone knows he has the idol. So,
Would y'all would have tried
don't
to
know.
hide it too from him?
oh
I
yeah,
thought that was the smartest idea. Yeah,
because there was nothing to lose. All she had to do was she just had the knowledge of where it was. That was the perfect like. You don't even have to feign ignorance once Alex finds it. You can just be like, okay, well, I tried. Maybe she should have caused a distraction, you know. To the beach, everybody.
Yeah, so I guess you haven't. Have you seen any seasons with like idols that are like uniquely hidden like this, or?
No, I wouldn't say so. Even if I did see those seasons, I don't think I would remember the idol placement and all of the the presentation of it.
So they've been trying to do different type of idol idol retrievals. Like the main one, there's a Beware Advantage, which it has been introduced since season 41, where it's like, you know, choices. You may lose something, but it's also
I like
well,
choices.
well, yeah, you may get an idol, but you'll lose your vote if you don't do this. And then they've been trying.
A lot of
different-
vote losing in modern
Yeah.
Survivor. I'm noticing.
Yeah.
I want to know y'all's thoughts on that, just because
Hate it.
the journeys I'm learning are been heavily losing a vote if you lose the journey. Is losing the journey? Is that okay? Okay. Um, and then like you're talking about just all these other risks where you can. What is with the losing votes lately? Do y'all are you big on that? What was the reason? What brought that up?
They just started in 40, so because called it ship wheel islands, where it's like there's this giant ship wheel and it's like a lever, and you either risk your vote or not risk your vote, right? Were those the two
Yeah.
options? And then like that's what started it all. And it's like you risk your vote because everyone, if you're on the journey, most people are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to risk my vote. People are already going to assume that you have something, so you may as well do it. Because we've seen it all the time. People, there are going to be confessionals like, yeah, this person may be telling the truth, but they could be lying too. I'm like, okay, we get it. Like, yeah, of course, everyone's going to be lying. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure there was at one point where like at least a fourth of the cast all lost their vote because of something, and none of them had gone to tribal yet. And they just love to do it. They love to do it all the time.
Yeah, it's almost I don't know. I feel like you can only throw in so many things into a season of Survivor before you start losing people. And I feel like I've felt that in every, I guess I'm not going to say modern, watching 40 with all of the coins that had currency for different things. I was kind of like, okay, I feel like I need to catch up on a lot of feelings here. But then I learned that everyone else was also not a big fan of it. Yeah, this is weird. At first I was a fan of like on the journey that we saw with Jawan and Jake and Matt. It was like, okay, nobody loses a vote. That's kind of cool. But then immediately you're like, oh, well, he has the opportunity to steal a vote. But also, what would have been the point of that? Was what I was thinking. So would there have been a point at all to steal a vote from Jake or Matt in this scenario? Or like what gain does Jawan really have in that? Has anyone been thrown into that kind of scenario before that you can think of?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like where some people see it as leverage if they're really wanting to push a tribe strong mentality, going into the merge and stealing a vote from someone from the opposing tribe or something. So, well, no, never mind. Because the way that it's explained on the show is that because at their next tribal they wouldn't have a vote. So
yeah, but then Jawan would have the extra one, which wouldn't have benefited him anyway, because he just would have. Because if they really wanted to target him, then an extra vote would have done him no good, regardless.
Yeah, I didn't understand it, and plus, I feel like most advantage. I mean, you know this from anything. Advantages are best have the most power when they're secret.
Oh, yeah.
And if they're gonna go to the next tribal, they're like, how could someone steal my vote? Well, they're automatically gonna go to, oh yeah, I went on that journey with what's his face.
Yeah, and you that's what surprised me about Alex here, because I have this photo up, but peering over his shoulder is Jake, watching him read all of this, and like, what are you? Why Alex seemed excited that Jake knew about this info. Like it seemed like he was ready for it. Like that seems to be like why. What are we doing? You shouldn't be going through the woods with 4 people knowing that you have this power, and then suddenly you're the only 4 remaining in this tribe. Like, how is this ever gonna work out? Which is why I need episode 3 to be yet another Kele tribal, because I just want to know what would happen there. Also, thank you so much, Brett Cape, for the super sticker. That means a lot. So glad you were here with us tonight, and everyone. And I see you, Colton. Colton says the losing of votes is one of the worst parts of modern Survivor.
I agree. I hate the journeys. They're so, and it's funny, Barrett, as you're sitting here and you're like, has anyone been in similar scenarios like this before? I don't know, because I don't care, because I don't ever really think about the journey things ever again after they happen. Like, I feel like they happen and then that's it. And I get mad when they lose their votes too, because to me, your vote is like the only thing you have in the game to like dictate what you want to do, unless you have an idol or something. Like if you lose your vote and the tribe wants you out of the game, what are you supposed to do? Like you literally can't like try to get anybody else out. You don't have a vote. What are you supposed to do? Go home. So I absolutely hate the whole like risk your vote for like an advantage type thing. It's like it's not worth it. It is not worth it. Half the advantages suck. Half the time too, people are just going to sit there and expect you to have something, and it's not even what they think you have. So I don't know. I hate it. I hate how the idols a lot of the times are public now too, because people get them and think it's the best thing in the world to tell the entire tribe that you have an idol, because that always works out, right?
Right.
So
But
I
we can
just
use
don't.
this against the other tribes.
Right. You can. That don't help me. Like it's just so
Just kind of
like
scares me a lot to hear you say that.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I feel like the journeys I would appreciate it more if they switched it up every season. Every season it's the same thing. And they go on a journey and they try to do some puzzle, and if they don't do the puzzle, they lose their vote. It's just so like I am tired.
It's better.
CBS.
It's better than the Monopoly, or not the Yahtzee, from last season.
Oh my god, that was awful.
They brought in Yahtzee to Survivor
They
Yeah,
on a
did.
weekly
literally.
basis.
It was literally
It was just
Yahtzee.
once.
Oh, okay.
They had to roll dice, and on one side it was a skull, and on another side it was fire, and they had 3 rolls, and they had to get at least 4 fires or something,
Yeah,
or they
something like
lost their
that.
vote.
So
And they didn't have a
stupid.
choice. They had to go there. They could not choose not to play the game. They literally had to play it.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
That shouldn't
And-
be forced. I'm sorry. I'm sorry y'all had to watch that.
And there have been people who don't say that they lost their vote, and their vote is hinged on them. Like, they can't do anything about it. And something also that they don't tell you is that if you don't have your vote, then you can't play your shot in the dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because your shot in the dark, instead of voting, you use your shot in the dark. If you don't have a vote, then you can't use your shot in the dark.
See, this was another element of the game I had to this week text y'all about, because I didn't know that was a thing in Survivor, the shot in the dark element, which I don't like.
Dumb.
after learning about it, I don't like this. But okay, so could you win? Never mind. That was a dumb question, but that sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't change any votes for this season. Maybe me watching will end this weird curse of losing votes, or maybe they just won't have it be as heavy on this season. Is that a
There
possibility?
was- last season, now that I'm thinking about it, there was a girl that lost her vote, and she was the swing vote. And then she ended up telling one of the people, like, hey, I want to vote with you, but I lost my vote. So I can't do that. And then the vote flipped onto the girl that lost her vote.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember that. I bet
that was-
she was one of your stands, wasn't she?
She was. I was so devastated. But it's just so like dumb to me, because like I I don't know. I just hate seeing like people get like screwed out of a twist like that in this game. And I feel like that's the thing with Modern Survivor, is that it's very twist heavy. And I don't like Survivor with twists, because I feel like Survivor is better without twists, similar to the other show that we podcast about. But I
Love
I
Island.
think right. I just think that Survivor is so good, authentic. And when there's like alliance, idols are fine. I think that idols should absolutely be part of the game. If you want to throw in a couple advantages here and there, fine. I don't mind that. But I don't want people like losing votes, and then there's advantages, and then there's all of this, and then there's you guys are merged, but you guys are going to be split into 2 teams, and then only one of those teams is going into the tribal. It's just like it's too much, and they need to
Oh,
like
yeah.
learn to like cut the fat, because it's like doing too much all the time, and that's what makes me dislike the show more and more and more. And ugh, I don't know. I
I'm
don't even get me started on all of this, 'cause I
I'm
will sit
definitely
here
gonna
and
look.
go the opposite way.
I'm definitely gonna look forward to the Mergatory episode and looking at
No,
Barrett's
I'm
reaction.
not.
No, looking
Yeah,
at
I'm-
Barrett's reaction to it.
It's so stupid.
But and that another thing to build off of that too is the way of finding these idols. Like, there, mind you, there have been some interesting ways to do it. Like, there was a couple seasons ago where the idol was hidden in like this vase, and you cut a rope and the vase falls down, and then there's red paint all over the place because it's encased in the red paint. So like
I
you
thought that was
literally
cool.
yeah, you literally have to hide all of the paint and
Like a murder
wa-
scene.
yeah, like a murder scene and stuff.
Is that even possible, really, in that situation?
Well, no, anyone that had it got caught. So
Okay, perfect. uh One thing, well, actually, no, we need to move on because we definitely have all these other tribes to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
One person on the other tribe, Uli, Rizgod, Rizgod, competed in a challenge in the very first episode against Alex from the Kele tribe, in which case they had to put a puzzle together after cracking like 10 coconuts or whatever, and then go use that puzzle to form a map to a wheel hidden underneath the sand. Or that way the map would reveal the location of the wheel underneath the sand. And Rizzo was behind completely early on, ended up making a huge comeback, thanks to, in part, cheating. By going over to Alex's board and just completely doing his puzzle on top of it. Yeah. So I definitely want to talk about that. We could watch a little bit of it. But also I think this is just a good opportunity to talk about Rizzo in general, because I want to come to you, Nick. Tell me about Rizzo. I feel like you're biased towards Rizzo. Tell me why. What's going on here, and what do you think about the Riz God here on Survivor 49?
Well, I love the Riz God. I'm definitely biased. I'm not gonna lie. I am friends with Rizzo. I've hung out with him in person more than one time. Um, he's a nice guy.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod. A little trippy watching him on the show. I'm not gonna lie, because like I've had friends be on other shows and stuff like that, but like Rizzo is somebody like I've spent a lot of time with Rizzo. And so out of all the people that I've known that have gotten on TV, I should say, because it's not like me and him are hanging out all the damn time. But I've hung out with Rizzo quite a few times, and so to now see him on Survivor is very trippy for me. And then let alone to see him like come out and be really bad at that challenge that we're talking about was very like trippy to me too, because Rizzo's known in my world for being like really good at challenges, and so to see him come out and immediately just like flop was really funny. But hey, work smarter, not harder. I was here for it. I'm not gonna lie, because I would be doing the exact same damn thing. And stay mad, he got it done. Like, okay, so I was proud of his ass. I think Rizzo has been like one of the bigger characters that we've seen so far, and obviously that makes me very happy for him. But yeah, I'm like so looking forward to this season for him specifically. Like he is like one of the, if not the main motivator to keep me in like checked in for this season. So I'm very much sat for the Risk God, because that's my king right there.
Zack, how do you feel about the Riz God in this season? Or you can even just talk about his cheat mance with the map in the first episode.
Not the
I'm
cheat
just
man.
I'm just
Cheat Island, apparently. It's all I saw, episode 1.
yeah,
Cheat Island.
not much changing from 27 to 49.
True.
But I'm just confused. Like, it's just a tangram puzzle. Like, not even tangram. Like, it's there are images on it. Like, I don't see how hard that could be. Like, maybe it was pressure, and all this stuff. But I'm just like, you get to a point where you're going piece by piece by piece, and it's like, dude, like, come on. That was my only gripe about it. I mean, I don't mind the cheating. If you cheat, do it. Like, feel free to by any means, because the difference is because most people say destroy the puzzle like before anyone looks at it. Well, this puzzle was an actual map of where things needed to be found, and so the guy who started doing the puzzle, he couldn't really like undo it because he still was looking at it. So do whatever you have to do. But I'm also like, did you see that? There are literally borders you can follow on the
I was trying
puzzle.
to get a good still of just the map.
Like there is a
It's not
map.
a hard puzzle.
There are
No.
map borders. I'm just like, Rizzo.
But okay, but you can't say he didn't warn everyone. He told everyone in this tribe, if there's a puzzle, I am cooked, or we are cooked. I can't remember what he said exactly there, but
Yeah.
he was
did say
prepared for
that.
this moment. Or I mean, I guess not prepared for this moment, but it made sense
Right.
when it happened at the very least. But at the same time, he won, Zach.
I mean,
What
yeah,
do you
that-
want
that-
from him?
He lucked out, I will say, by Alex not finding the wheel, which Jeff claimed he didn't dig deep enough. And I'm like, okay, like, what do you want to do about it? Like, you saw the last person who kept on digging and digging and digging until he literally got evac'd from the game. So I don't want them to get that far. So
Right. Let's watch
Famous
a little
Caleb
bit of this
Reynolds.
moment. Famous day 9 Caleb Reynolds.
There's an X marks the spot, and luckily Rizzo's spot is different. But still, how can he not get the pieces together when he's literally putting them piece for piece exactly over mine?
It felt like winning the lottery. I felt like, oh my God, I found the ship wheel. And with everything I had inside,
Is this where he says, I would hug myself, but that would be weird? Oh, it's right
I
there.
think
Yeah.
gotta get the crying segment.
well, I wish I could hug myself, but that's weird.
Anyway, I loved this. I encourage rule breaking whenever you can, and this was like a great case of
Same.
that. And also, Alex, I feel like could have prevented this in some form or fashion. In fact, if
did.
you wore a shirt, I guess if you could have just you could have put anything over it. I don't know.
I mean, Rizzo
Uh,
could have moved it. Doesn't.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that could have happened here. But in any case, the theme of this season so far is Kele has a huge lead and then blows it completely, which I do enjoy. And in this case with Alex, it was especially funny because Alex seems to be one of the more in control ones of the Kele tribe, if anything. But loved that. Love Rizzo. Love that
Is
entire
his-
tribe that he's on, to be honest. How do
Is
y'all
his
feel
name-
about the Uli tribe?
Is his name actually Rizzo?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yes.
What do y'all think of the-
Government name?
Oh, just go ahead, Zach.
I love Savannah.
Oh, me too. Oh my god. I almost put her name as you have Jake Stan, but for me it was gonna be the Savannah Stan.
Savannah,
put her as-
the news reporter with the news reporter edit. If we're confused between all the S names, I have to clarify which S name this is. This is Savannah from Georgia, I believe. Atlanta, possibly. So Savannah, Georgia. That's an easy one to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was a big fan of hers too.
Yeah, I feel like she's definitely the one that's the best positioned in that tribe. Like, I thought Rizzo was going to be in a peculiar position because he was missing some stuff and like people were like kind of like pointing him out as like, what is he doing type thing. But then this episode, like it definitely, or the second episode, like he got in the better graces of everyone and stuff. And he won that challenge for them and everything. And they're still winning. So I honestly think Savannah's going to be running this tribe.
That's crazy to say because I feel like this tribe is full of people who kind of want to run it in a way. Like Savannah's leading a charge. I feel like Rizzo might be a better team player from what I see. Jawan definitely would love to be a villain, it seems like, or be in control. And then Nate is dangerous. I think I really like Nate. in terms of just like I think Nate's dangerous because when I was reading all these cast interviews, he seemed the most nerdy about Survivor, in like I've watched this literally since 2000 kind of way, and so I really like Nate, and I think he seems to know his role here. I'm excited to watch him, but also just because he's on that tribe.
That's also something else about Survivor is that they actually do cast super fans.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I picked up. And a lot of alternates
lot.
this season. I didn't really mention that. We talked a little bit about
yeah.
before. Me and Nick were talking about it. It's like you have 2 alternates from this season on one tribe, and MC and Jason, and then immediately they both have an impact in that first challenge doing like the puzzle, and then MC ring the bell, and then you have MC going crazy on the ramp or just every physical aspect MC is just controlling, and also apparently strategically MC's ready to shake things up depending on how you look at her ratting out a 4-person alliance. But anyway, yeah, alternate strong. And then you had Sophie, who was an alternate from last season, and then you had Sage, an alternate from 2 years ago. I may be missing an alternate at this point, but alternate heavy on the
Barrett was an alternate of this season.
Yeah, I didn't make it. Could have been me.
Yep. But I also liked, was it Sage who prayed over the chicken?
It was Shannon who prayed over the crab. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the crab. Yeah.
Yeah, Dalton Ross in one of his articles was like, there is nothing more telling about the state of Kele than having a shot of Uli, going from Jeremiah eating the tiniest worm imaginable to Savannah catching a crab the size of Jake, in Uli's side. But yeah, this is I would love for this tribe to. Oh, actually, no. I need Joanne to stay a little bit longer. If they had gone to tribal and Joanne went out, I would have felt like that was too soon. But there's a lot of crazy characters on this tribe. I feel like more than the other 2 at this point. Between Shannon's like, we must wake up, or Shannon was the person pre-season who was like, I put into AI I gave it AI the mind of Jesus, and asked it how to play the morality, or how to play Survivor with the morality of Jesus, or something like that. It was wild.
Yeah.
I think this is my favorite tribe because they're very chaotic in terms of personalities, and I agree with that. Like, I feel like if they went to tribal, I don't know who the first boot would be.
They sure wanted it to be Juwan before he went off on his journey.
But now I don't think it would be, just because of that.
Would you? So there's always people who go, get firewood. Would you have used your bag to go retrieve said firewood? Or more importantly, would you go use someone else's bag to go retrieve firewood?
Good question. I'm gonna pull up the bag get clip so we can really talk about this. Yeah. But also, can I just say, what a fumble! Literally a fumble of the bag by Jawan in this part of the episode. How? I mean, I feel like people are always going to know when you're going off into the woods regardless, to search for an idol, in my mind. But why take someone's bag along with you? I mean, like, one, how do you overlook it so badly that you take somebody else's bag with you is really what I should be asking. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah. I don't get that part.
A woman's bag. Like,
I mean,
as in,
don't all the
like,
bags look the same?
Well, no, I'm talking about there are usually clothes in the bag. So, like, he dumped out the stuff.
Did he?
So, I think that he did.
If nothing else, I don't know why he would fill it with sticks and think there's ants or bugs in it if he didn't clear it out before, because then he's just dumping all of that on top of it, which makes less sense somehow.
I don't remember, because I don't know how he ended up with her bag. That's like what I don't get.
When does Baggate happen?
It was before the challenge.
Yeah. After the.
Is it going to be around 2?
And I want to be viewed as a team player.
It felt good.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh wait.
That's when.
That's not it.
Shoegate. That's when Savannah says that he redeemed himself.
Okay, so it was around here.
There.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
empty out the bag and I realize
See? Oh,
this
wait.
ain't my bag.
Oh.
And I know for
Yeah.
a fact Savannah hates bugs. My heart sinks.
Bruh.
What would have happened if you picked someone's bag who loves bugs? Like,
Kelly.
no,
Like
whoa,
Jeremiah.
who was that? Who was that, Nick?
Sorry. I don't know. There's no Kelly on this.
Kelly
season.
Wentworth? That's the only Kelly I
Oh
can
my
think of.
gosh, yeah.
It's spelled the same way as another Kelly that I know in some other show.
It's annoying and it's stressing me out. I don't want someone out here who's stressing me out. If you're stressing me out, you gotta go home.
Okay.
I feel that. Like, if you're putting bugs in my bag, oh no, it's over. I already don't
Even
like
if it's an
bugs. You got me
accident?
sleeping on bugs. I don't know how you do that. That's just careless. And do I want to work with someone who's careless? No, I don't.
And then, well, another thing, like, you have Nate, who literally, like, has made Marvel movies, and then you have Nate. Wait, no, not Nate. You have Jawan. They have such similar career paths. Jawan is the video editor in LA and loves all things Marvel from what it seems, and literally like nerded out over Nate making up the lie, or I mean not the lie, but just kind of leaving out the part where he currently works for Marvel and said he was a PA on Spider-Man 2. And they're not working together at all. In fact, Nate's over Jawan. It's like, how? It was like the
Wait,
biggest layup of all time in terms of alliances that could have been formed. And you did
Is
not.
this- Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I
Is
was
it
done.
Spider-Man? Is this Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man Homecoming?
You
Or
saying
or the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
he said Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, so that would be
Okay.
like, yeah, that would be like right after Survivor started, I guess.
Yeah,
So
2004-ish or something.
Oh, like
Somewhere
that
around there.
Spider-Man too.
yeah, the Tobey
Okay.
Maguire Spider-Man 2. That's where Nate's.
Got it. Okay. Yes. The real stuff.
Yeah. But in any case, there is this 4 in Uli of Nate, Savannah, Rizzo, and Shannon. And what do you think of that 4? Do you expect Jawan to be this first person voted out if they do go to tribal, or do you see Sage? I don't see Sage going.
No, I see it being Shannon or Javon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the
Shannon-
two running outs, in my opinion.
I could see them pushing for Shannon, or how it would make sense if they keep. I feel like if they're only going to set up Shannon as like the hippie, even though I see a lot more talk from Shannon than I thought I was going to see early on.
Right? I agree.
I'm trying to what else did she say in that second episode? I've got a lot of her just spiritual connection notes that I made. But how did they talk about Shannon in the last? Go ahead, Zack.
I definitely see. I feel like the most. I don't want to say normal because I feel like the two people that are probably get close with each other on this tribe are Savannah and Rizzo, because I feel like they're like Sage and Shannon feel like they're like they can be a duo a bit, and obviously I don't know if Jawan and Nate are based off of this episode, but like I can see Rizzo and Savannah linking up together in some form or capacity.
Yeah, I feel like they seem like a likely pair. It seemed like Nate and Rizzo also bonded. Nate was the first person, if I remember correctly, to bring up Jawan as someone that they could even go after. And of course, all of that we just watched was right before Jawan went on his journey and came back with the disadvantage to play on another tribe. Yeah. Anything else we want to say about Uli?
I wonder if Jawan, like, whenever Nate said, I worked on Spider-Man 2 or something like that, and Jawan's like, oh, you worked on Marvel whenever it was good. I can't stand the MCU.
Yeah.
And then
They could have had all
Nate
these
was like-
conversations.
and then Nate was like, oh, we got to vote him out.
Well, that's the thing. I've heard people say, like, or I heard someone bring up the point that, like, this is if Nate just said what he did now, knowing that Jawan like having his career path, Jawan would just be indebted to Nate for the entire game, just to be like, well, this guy does a lot of things that I would probably want to do one day. But Nate doesn't seem interested in even that possibility, which maybe I don't blame him, but I like Nate starting off here as kind of like a, I don't know. Actually, I'm not even going to call him an underdog. We don't know enough about Uli at all.
I'll say that they're pretty much overdogs.
They haven't even gone to tribal yet. So
what do we want to talk about next? Do we want to talk about Hina? Do we want to talk about
Yes.
anyone in that one? Okay. Hina, all I'll say right now is that in the episodes that we've seen, we really have Matt, MC, Steven, and Christina as the group of four, unless MC wants to break all of that, which it seems like she wants to, because she immediately went and told Sophie, not to be confused with Sophie. And I want to know y'all's thoughts about this tribe in general, because this is one of those tribes too where I'm like, I don't really like dislike anyone necessarily, but it's hard to when we only see them forming their four practically, and doing the challenges. So what do you think of Hina?
I really like Christina. She has been really fun to watch, and I really like that she does not like do the outdoorsy kinds of life or anything like that. I'm here for that, because like me neither, girl. So I like it.
I was telling you, I'm just gonna forget otherwise. I love the moment in that first episode where she hits. I can't remember what she hits with the machete, but it doesn't work at all, and she just goes, "Well, that was fun," and then just puts it down.
Like literally me.
Her
Totally
bird
get it,
phobia.
girl. Yeah. Oh my god, the bird phobia. Oh my god, yes. I like so good. She's been like really fun to watch. So I really like Christina. And I really like MC as well. I really like that she is very honest about how she has never seen the show before.
6 months ago, right?
Yeah, I think that that's great, honestly. I think that it might like what it gives is like when you get like a recruit for these shows and they like watch one season of it or whatever, and they like pick up the game as they play. That's what I'm hoping we get out of MC, because I really like that she was in part of that group, right? And then tried to go and flip on it like right away, or at least tell Sophie about it. Because it shows that MC is thinking independently, and I like that. She's thinking for herself. Because so I saw this on Twitter too, but like the way that Matt worded it to MC was like, we have a 3 and we're looking for a 4th.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah.
What? What?
We not even. It was like we already have a 3. Like, what do you mean?
Excuse me.
Better
Okay.
phrasing, Matt.
I'll go find the other 3 then. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That leaves 3
no.
more.
No. So I do really like MC. I think that she is going to be really fun to watch. I'm hoping that she goes far, and learns how to play as she goes. I'm very much rooting for like her with my dream would be MC, Sophie, Christina, and then Jason as like the 4 on this tribe, and then they could boot Matt.
Okay, good to know. Zach, who do you like on Hina?
I mean, MC honestly like is the main one, because I never understand people like that. Like, I feel like whenever making alliances, it's like, you talk with people and be like, oh, how do you feel about so and so or this, and like see if they get a good vibe with the people that you're vibing with, and then you're like, maybe we can put something together like that. You don't just go like, oh, I have a 3. You want to come in with it? It's like. Then you're automatically the 4th on the totem pole.
Well, yeah,
like,
and then you're in Kele's position. What happens then? I wonder.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so stupid.
I just
what
read the room.
Yeah, what a fumble by Matt. Because like even if you made, I kept trying to think about that. Like, what is Matt's defense for wording it like that? Like, why would that be his inclination? I was like, I really couldn't think of one besides maybe a bad strategy of, well, they probably wouldn't go after me first anyway if I let her know that she's the fourth, and there happens to be like, you know, mutiny within this core. But Matt probably would be a likely person to go out of this group early on, so that doesn't even make sense. Let's watch MC rat out this group of four. If I have the right spot.
When were y'all talking about this?
We had like a 30-second conversation. We have a 3-person thing going already, and we're looking for a fourth.
They want me to be a part of their club, but my concern is like, how long have y'all had your 3 and now I'm just like an afterthought?
Right.
I mean, I do like Steven, actually, a lot, but I don't fully trust Matt. He's a little sketchy, a little iffy, a little suspicious, like, and mention something with like me, him, Christina, and Steven. And then someone was like, Sophie, you know, might be dangerous. But I really like you, and I've been meaning to like just have some time to like get with you one-on-one. Okay. But
This is much more refreshing than Kele just being like, Nicole, Annie, done deal, cool.
Oh, I thought you said Kelly.
Yeah.
Me too.
But great. I love this from MC. I think she's had a great first 2 episodes for not even like being on this cast originally. That maybe like Jason mentioned on like when they first got to the end, is like, I was told 30 minutes or 30 minutes before or whatever it was.
Like, I bought 3 different t-shirts.
Yeah. It was insane. So yeah, really excited to watch MC, and I don't know, I think this tribe has a lot of interesting outcomes too. I think they have a lot of personality to them, which I would love to see go against each other. But I agree with y'all. I love Christina. There was a lot of like, it seemed like a lot of Suri comparisons for Christina I was seeing.
I totally see it. Yup. Because
And there was a lot
like
go ahead.
Suri's whole thing was like, I don't do the outdoorsy stuff, and then like Jeff one time, like he was talking to me from the reunion saying get out there and apply, and like just like the story was so similar to Christina's in my opinion. And now that Christina's there, I can totally like see it, where it's like, you know, she's very much like with the game, but she's very much not with the jungle. And yeah, that's Suri.
We need Christina to become one with the jungle soon. I want to find that moment during the competition. Oh, ignore that. Where she is encouraging MC running up the ramp. Also, we'll have to talk about that disadvantage soon too that Jawan gave to Hina, where they had to carry the 20 pounds of coconuts. But where is the ramp? Oh wait, that was after the ramp. Oh wait, this is well after the ramp. Maybe I'll end up just getting to the disadvantage part earlier. Actually, yeah, we're just going to talk about the disadvantage part right now. So Jawan wins his journey. He chooses to help his tribe and is giving the disadvantage to Hina, and Sophie does not take that very well. And then Jawan does not take Sophie not taking it very well.
In this challenge.
What?
Before I ask you which tribe and why, let me explain what the challenge disadvantage is.
I'm going to skip this.
They will have 10 keys.
Oh, wait. Before we go forward, those 10 keys, there could have been a worse disadvantage than 10 keys. It was like, give them the 50 keys. What do you mean?
Right.
And neither of these disadvantages did anything. But whatever.
All right. This is an interesting turn on day 5 of Survivor 49. One last thing, sit-outs. Uli,
oh, wait, no. I skipped it that time.
Sen, let me do them a solid. Sorry, I'll give it to you.
I think it's more of, let's take a shot at Hina.
Nah.
They're coming for us. I think that's what it is. I'm seeing this as a hit to Hina.
I'll just let that rock. Whenever you're ready, Uncle Jeff.
Please.
Jawan in this episode was going all over the place with every tribe, apparently. Do you think this will come back? I kind of hope this comes back somehow. I don't know. I want Sophie to just be like, Jawan, why did you do any of that? You didn't have to say it.
I don't know if it'll come back, but I feel like it's not helping him in any way.
Unless they think that it makes him more of a target, I guess down the line. But I don't know. Jawan probably still is like one blunder away from just going out in that tribe anyway.
Yeah, he needs to watch out. He needs to not be making enemies in his position, and that's what he's doing. So,
where do we want to go next? We've covered MC. We've talked about every tribe at this point. We talked about Jawan's disadvantage power. We've talked about everybody. Look at us. We talked about, or we haven't talked about everybody. We could sit here and do a deep dive of what all the notes I have for every castaway so far. But what moments is there any moments that y'all remember that you specifically want to go look at right now? We haven't talked about Nicole spitting in Jeremiah's face.
I was like, Zack is gonna talk about the spit. Like,
what was? I mean, I understand cleaning your eyes out, but like,
I
don't know about all that. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was a great moment. It was completely edited. I'm sure none of you were surprised by that, to make it look like she just did it unprompted in Jeremiah's face. There was an interview with Mike Bloom, though, where she kind of clarified that Jeremiah did, in fact, ask, which if you look at the footage again, you can clearly see that Jeremiah is not speaking when that line is uttered at all. I'm going to show that clip, though, from Mike Bloom's interview. Well, if I had it pulled up, I would have showed you. I didn't have it in time. Give me a second. Everyone skip ahead.
Barrett, they can. It's live.
Listen, you showcased you were a team player through and through, considering the unique way you got mud off of Jeremiah's face.
He asked me to spit in his eye. It didn't make the cut. He asked me, and that... I know I didn't think about pouring the water on him. He asked me to spit it on him. So,
I don't know if I have more questions about why she did it or like why Jeremiah requested it in the first place. But, that was a great moment to have Spitgate and to have Baggate, you know, in every episode. I think we should have our gates just ready for us whenever we cover Survivor every 2 weeks going forward. What did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy Spit Take or did you enjoy Baggate more? Baggate, Zach, were you a big fan of Spit Take or Baggate?
Spitgate was funny. Baggate was just messy.
What about Shoegate or Baggate?
Shoegate was just something
dumb.
I mean, look, the guy looks good. That is all I'll say, is he looks good.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, not much.
I knew I had an image of Spitgate. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to find that in the episode exactly because it's so randomly placed in the challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, great moment. At least Nicole going out first in the Wurtenberger spot. At least she has this moment that will live in infamy forever and ever. Or not even infamy. In space for me. Okay, what else do you want to talk about? It feels like since we're only at an hour and 22 minutes, we need more. So what do we want to discuss? I feel like there was a moment from Annie's interview that I made a note of too. Maybe not though.
Watch the interviews actually.
You didn't?
No.
Well, that's crazy. No, there wasn't a crazy amount to pick up on. It was just a lot of Annie describing. She clarified like why she didn't go into the woods with everyone. There was that moment where like, okay, I guess Annie wants to stay behind. And her reasoning was like, I came from an old school mindset where I thought people valued, you know, shelter building and staying behind because all I've known is people freezing every single night. So I didn't want that to happen. So I stayed behind, which was kind of like, oh, That kind of makes me sad that was. I wish it was just like I didn't know the game. It was just like I was just trying to help them out. But I don't. That's not to say Annie didn't have her faults at every point, and that was assuming that she was the leader, which she also clarified. She totally thought she was the leader of this tribe. So not quite. Whereas Nicole knew that it seemed to be either her or Annie, but leaned Annie is what I got from her interview.
Yeah.
And didn't feel worried enough to play her shot in the dark, which Zach, you mentioned that that's only hit 3 times in the history of shot in the dark anyway.
Yeah, I forgot about the first one that happened in 43.
What happens when it
44?
works? Is it kind of like the golden ticket in America's Got? Is it like everything light up and the confetti falls?
You win Survivor.
exactly
Actually,
You just win the game.
Yeah.
Shows
Hey,
over.
production just
a
starts
1 in 6
screaming,
shot to win the game. All right.
Yeah. But no, you just get a free pass, and then if they're
It's like an
whoever the
idol.
next, yeah, it's like an idol. But whoever has the next number of votes, then they get it. But if it's a unanimous vote, then they have to revote, which happened once.
All right. Do you have a favorite of those times that it hit, or was it spectacular? Was there like I don't know? Do you think of those moments as like great moments of the season?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to spoil it because you're not going to go back and watch them. 45. Caleb, who was one of the unanimous votes, he was the biggest social threat, and everyone wanted him out. And like he played his shot in the dark, and it had only happened once before, and then like it hit, and none of the votes for him, or all the votes for him, and they had to revote and put it on someone else. So
That's great.
Yeah. That was crazy.
I don't want it to have to happen this season. Mainly because that seems like just such an add-on to to tribal that is unnecessary. But if it does, I hope it is just as spectacular as that. Oh, speaking of tribal, I feel like we haven't talked about like either tribal time yet.
Yeah.
I really, because last night's episode got to a point where it was just watching Kele not really remember what Jeff was talking about for a while. But it did get to an interesting point at the end where they were talking about trust in the game of Survivor. And you have Annie saying like the word trust doesn't exist in Survivor, and you have Sophie saying, well, actually, you always need people's backs in some regard. So what did y'all think of that conversation? What do you think of the word trust in Survivor? Not to get deep, and you don't have to be deep about a tribal council, but I was just wondering, what do you think of trust in regards to Survivor? Is it a give and take, or is it a constant good strategy? Like what is the thought there?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. I feel like it is a give and take. I feel like Survivor is really complex because at any point anyone could just get voted out for any reason. So you kind of have to build trust with people that you're not going to vote for each other, and that, you're not going to do something behind their back or whatever the case is. So I don't even remember what the specifics of what the Annie Sophie thing was, if I'm being honest with you, in regards to the trust thing. But to me, if like we're using that situation, I do feel like Annie showed Sophie that there was a lot of trust there on her end. So Sophie was kind of like reciprocating it but lying. So it's
Yeah,
like,
it was interesting because Annie says it doesn't exist, but she can seem to trust Alex a whole lot, who is the person who is lying to her the most. And then you
Right.
have Sophie, who's actually in on the plan, saying, "Well, actually, trust does work." And it's like this seems flip flopped from what it should be right now.
Right. Right. And then even on the way out, when Annie got voted out, she hugs Alex, and he said, I had no choice.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And it was like, you were the one driving this, actually. So what do you mean you didn't have a choice? You made an alliance with the 4 people that you're sitting with.
You actually
So, yeah,
did
there was a
have
choice involved there.
a choice. Yeah, I guess Alex is doing the thing of like, I was dragged into this vote. I had no choice in the context of I have Jake and Jeremiah and Sophie all telling me to vote you out. But I don't know. That doesn't really go a long way. So, but it was just another instance. I'm like, Alex is so weaselly to the two people that have left this tribe so far that it seems like they're setting it up to really come back on him soon. And with him having an idol, I don't think that's going to make it any easier on him to deflect any attention. Well, obviously, but
obviously Annie and Nicole trusted Alex, you know, and Alex still voted them out. So it's like, what does trust actually mean in Survivor? Because to some people they could trust the wrong people and it could cost them the game, just like it did those two. And I that's interesting. I never like really like looked at trust and Survivor in terms of like that, but Survivor is just so like complicated to me as like a show, you know what I mean, like the format and everything, because I feel like anything could cause anyone to go home. There's no one that's just safe unless you win the challenge. And unless you win the challenge, you can go home. You could get rocked out. You could get shot in the dark out. You could get idled out. You could get voted out. There's like 100 ways in which you can leave Survivor. And that stresses me the hell out. And even if you trust people, you could still get voted out. Even just by votes. Nicole and Annie were unanimously voted out, and they had trust in people. So I really don't know how to answer your question, Barrett, and you stumped me.
That's hey, that's fine. That's what we do on our Reality Survivor podcast, is we ask the really tough questions. The really tough philosophical questions. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I think with any game you have to have a level of trust, because it's a numbers game always, in a sense. So you have to trust people in order to even gain those numbers. So, but I think it's just it's a give and take. I think there's also like there's trust and there's like being comfortable with your trust, and I don't feel like you can ever be comfortable like 100%. I just, maybe in my mind you just can't ever be 100% about people in the game of Survivor. That's always so fluid, and like you said, there's any day you could go out of that game in a number of ways, and that's what I think I'm gonna really enjoy about really investing in this season. And obviously I will be like studying my theory in the meantime, my Survivor theory, to be able to reference everything. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, hopefully it'll be good enough just in time for 50, where we'll see a couple of these castaways, I believe, play on 50 as well. I'm not the person to say any of that, who those people are right now, though. Two of them. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? 2 episodes of Survivor. Come on. We had a lot of challenges. You can talk any of the challenges called to you?
Oh yeah. That's another thing about these, is like, it's especially at the beginning challenges, like I feel like the first, like the tribe challenges are ones that are sort of like, they're just relay races. Like
yeah, 2 people go here, and then 2 people now gotta swim there, and then 2 people gotta climb on that thing, and then 1 person's gotta climb that thing, and then that's the format.
Ends in a puzzle.
Yeah, that's the format. Yeah, a 3D puzzle that everyone, or at least everyone in blue, will forget how to do automatically. But yeah, I think the bad competition, or the bad challenge that I saw in these 2 episodes, was definitely Jawan's journey that he went on. I thought that coconut into the basket game was definitely the worst of the ones. I think Rizo and Alex's was the best just by entertainment standpoint.
Loved it.
And then the immunity challenge.
I liked this one where they had to bring the snake out from the jungle. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, the 200-pound serpent. Yeah, this was a good. There was a lot of lead changes, or at least like disparities, throughout this one. So it was kind of hard to keep up with, but entertaining. And also the mud crawl. Who doesn't love a good mud crawl?
Yeah, this one is. I think that was my favorite challenge that they've done this season.
Oh yeah, and then at the very end of it, that's.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot they rolled the ball to avoid everything.
Has that one, the one with the little ropes, has that one been done before? One kind of like that, Nick?
What do you mean by little ropes?
Well, like I've seen one where like you have to guide it, you know, little table or whatever, but I haven't seen one where it's like 3 different people have to help guide it, you know?
Oh, I see what you mean. I don't know the answer to it, so I don't know what I can respond.
They might have, I don't know, but
yeah,
I thought it was cool.
I really like that challenge. I like the snake thing. I thought that was like, I think the last time they did something like that was maybe in like China.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but like I feel like they haven't done like the snake in the jungle thing in a minute.
The snake in the jungle is a callback or a constant, or
I don't know. It's not something that they've done recently, so I don't know if it's a brand new comp or if it's like an old one that I'm thinking of. But I thought it was great.
When are they going to do the Buddy Games sponsored challenge?
Anyways,
never.
It's Applebee's or Outback here.
Yeah.
What about the immunity challenge from last night? What do we think about that? We're climbing over the nets, and then we're climbing the ladder. We got the key element. We're digging for the. Oh wait, we have to dig for the ladder, and then climb the ladder to get the key. Or in, oh my God, Hani. I'm Hina. Sorry, I'm gonna get all these tribe names mixed up. In Hina's case, 10 keys, which wasn't really that crazy either.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that that disadvantage either because it didn't come into play.
No, it didn't. It was the 20 pounds of coconuts that nearly killed Sophie, I think, when she jumped off, and then yeah, it was the 10 keys that couldn't have been less of an inconvenience for all of them, really. And then we're climbing up the ramp. Oh, this was around when Christina.
Jawan, look at that! MC making it look easy.
That's how you do it. This one.
Christina
Screaming. Oh, this puzzle. Oh
yeah,
my
you have the
God.
You have the 3D puzzle that Kele completely had the big lead, lost it again. Everyone's distraught. Sophie is distraught. Sophie with an I, not to be confused with Sophie with an E.
Sophie with an I. They looked lost, that blue tribe. It was so bad. Then you had Annie like screaming at them to like put some certain piece some way, and at some point Sophie with an I is like, it doesn't move that way, and she was like, oh.
Yeah, Sophie
really
with an I, already like overheated, malnourished, trying to put together a 3D puzzle, and you have Annie over here being like, "No, not there, there. No, do over there and back, in the back." And you're like, "Oh my God, all of this is gonna be on TV. All of this is gonna be on TV."
She's like, it doesn't move that way, Annie.
No,
so funny,
but. Yeah, that was so unfortunate to watch, and
it was
hearing Sophie just be like, "It's just day after day, it's thing after thing that keeps piling on." I mean, how do you stop this?
Yeah, I feel like bad, but then it's like I don't know like what Sophie and like is like expecting to do here. I feel like she's gonna go if that tribe goes to another tribal, and
maybe.
Because like the guys have their thing, so.
But how convincing can they be? Well, you have the guys have their thing, and then Alex has his thing. Literally with the immunity idol that he could play. So you really are up against a wall. I mean, if you're Sophie and Jeremiah, what is your best play here? Is taking Alex or Jake out, or allowing them to dictate what they're gonna do in. Just letting them take out most likely, or I don't even know. Maybe Jeremiah. Jeremiah could be the play for them, and then they just have to recruit Sophie. But
right, I really don't know. Like as we're sitting here talking about it, because it's like Alex clearly had a thing with Annie and Nicole too, and they're gone. So it's like, I see Sophie and Jeremiah looking to Alex, thinking that he's gonna protect them, and he's not. So, and I don't think Jake and Alex were gonna turn on each other. So,
yeah, if you're Alex, is it better to just drag Jake to the merge at that point, just as a big shield? Do you care to get rid of him? I mean, he's already, and he also loves you, so I mean,
yeah,
it shouldn't matter regardless. So if you have Alex who's not going to leave Jake, and you have Alex with an immunity idol, let's just say they want to chop Sophie as the remaining woman on Kele. Yeah, they unfortunately could easily do it.
they could. And I mean, I hope it's not Sophie. I like her a lot more than I like Jeremiah. I actually really don't like Jeremiah, honestly. But Sophie, on the other hand, I actually really do like her. And I think she's got a lot of personality there. And I would hate to see her just go because she ends up on the disaster tribe, because that really sucks.
No, I need her to make it through this. I agree.
Yeah. Like, I feel like she's got, like, good commentary in the confessionals and everything. Like, I feel like we know what's going on in the Blue Tribe because Sophie is narrating everything. And I like it.
Yeah, she narrated that entire bromance. She was just like, Jake's got Alex, and I'm honestly a little jealous about it. And I was like,
yeah. I like Sophie. I really do. She's my favorite on the Blue. And I really hope that she could somehow pull out of this, because I don't think that there's going to be a swap, because that's the thing too, Barrett. In New Survivor, there's no swaps.
So they just wait, and you typically have it at, like, how many episodes in are we usually seeing a merge, would you say?
I don't know.
In like a 14 episode season.
I would probably say like 5.
Okay.
Maybe.
But how could you,
Like
when you
4
have
or
a
5?
disaster tribe like Kele, how could you even let it go on that long without a swap of sorts?
So in last season, what did they do with Say and Cedric, Zach? Did they put one on one tribe and one on the other, or or did they put them together?
Sorry for making y'all think of like the seasons that y'all don't seem too fond of.
No, they blend in together. You're thinking of Emily and Caleb. They split them.
Okay,
up, right?
right. Well, Emily, that was the season where it went down to just 2 on Emily and Caleb's season.
But
Last
the 3,
season, the disaster tribe only went down to 3, and then they dissolved the tribe into like the 2 other ones.
Yeah, 2 other ones. Yeah.
Okay. So even if you do have Kele go to another tribal, that is not an indicator that they'll do anything about Kele in the meantime.
No,
it would
because
be if they went down to 2.
Yeah, so
no, they switched the tribes. It went from 3 to 3 tribes of 4.
Did they?
That's what it says.
The internet doesn't lie about Survivor, Nick.
It doesn't. You're right. Maybe you're right. I don't remember, honestly, off the top of my head. But I just remember it. Like, yeah, just because they go down to 3 doesn't mean anything necessarily, because there has been instances, like in the season that Kenzie won. I forget what number it is, because that's another thing I hate about New School Survivor. Everything is just a damn number. Nothing is a subtitle anymore. But anyways, whatever season Kenzie won, there was 3 of them left on their tribe, and they like didn't do anything about it, and all 3 of them made merge. But like, yeah, it like depends on how they want the
I think I've
format
actually heard of that season. Is that the one that was just awful, and then some? Is that the one where they all made it to the end pretty much, or was it just the fact that she won from the disaster tribe that was crazy?
The other 2 didn't make the end. But
Maybe I'm thinking of a long ago season then.
Oh wait, you're thinking of Denise.
Maybe. I feel like I remember hearing of a season where there was just
God.
a complete disaster of a tribe that lost every single one, and then a winner went on.
That's Denise.
Okay.
Yeah. Malcolm, you would like him.
Probably. I agree.
Probably. Denise went to every single tribal.
Yeah.
Well, can we come back to Kele for a second, and then we don't have to talk too much more. I was just wondering if we do have a 2-2 tie. Let's say there's a scenario where Jeremiah and Sophie are willing to stick their votes together, and then Jake and Alex keep their votes together. In that case, do we have a scenario? Let's say Alex is worried they're gonna go after him in a vote or something, and he plays his own idol on himself, but they put their votes on Jake. And him and Jake put their votes on. Stop me if any of this just sounds stupid.
No, go ahead. I'm following.
Put their votes on Sophie. We'd have a tie in that situation. How do we see that playing out in case that happens by the time we talk next time?
So then Sophie and Jake would not revote.
Jeremiah would just go home.
Yeah,
because that would be because he'd be 2-1 at that point.
Because that's what happened. Didn't that happen last season with?
Well, no, wait. So Sophie and Jake would not. There would be a revote. Sophie and Jake would not revote.
So
then it'd just be Alex and Jeremiah. So if they don't come to a decision,
Jeremiah would just go home.
Why would Jeremiah go home?
Because
because
not immune.
Because
the idol.
Because the two people. If there's not a decision, then Jake and Sophie become immune, and everyone else would go to rocks, but everyone else is just Jeremiah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeremiah could just be toast even if they try their leap of faith, probably.
Yeah. That happened last season with Cedric. I forgot who the vote was on that round, but it was literally like if Cedric didn't vote a certain way or whatever, it would just
on Say, I think.
Yeah. It would go to rocks, quote unquote, and Cedric would be the only one that would draw the rock, so he would automatically go home. So
okay. All right. I just wanted to run that by just in case. I have a feeling Kele is gonna be back.
Me too.
After that ominous snake murdering Jake at the ocean, apparently, which is gonna happen next week. I have to think maybe that was foreshadowing more. But okay. I'll say it again. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Survivor episodes 1 and 2. Oh, speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay. Well, in that case, what?
I was gonna say, what would I'm trying to think of what other advantages are gonna come up that you wouldn't know about. Like,
yeah, I guess that's a good question. What are y'all hoping to see this season of Survivor? Like as a fan who has watched all of the seasons or a good chunk in YouTube. I don't remember if you've watched all the seasons, both of you.
Yeah, I've seen every single one, unfortunately.
Well, as between the two of you seeing 96 seasons of Survivor, plus 2 episodes, what
96? What are you talking about?
48 and 48. You've both seen 48 seasons each of you.
Oh, okay. Combined.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
You didn't watch them together, I don't think.
No.
But what do you want to see from Survivor 49? I can answer this, I guess, too, but it doesn't mean as much probably.
I want to swap.
Get that. Yeah, I want to swap too.
I like the swaps.
I want to see an auction, which I think we're going to get that again this season.
Oh, I love.
You know about the food auctions, right?
I've seen food auctions, yes.
Okay.
We haven't had an auction in forever.
In Survivor, not like in life.
I thought we had an auction last season.
Did we?
I know they started bringing it back.
Last season was, like I said, one of my least favorite seasons of the show, so I don't remember much about it, honestly. But
Eva was your favorite.
Oh yeah, totally. No, I want to see less of like the twists, if I'm being honest with you. Like, you were not around for a lot of the shit that they've pulled, Barrett, but we've had like the do or die, the hourglass, there's the knowledge is power, like all of this random crap, and it's like all of it is bad. There was an hourglass in season 41, and if they made them, it was like for the merge, And the person got the option to smash the hourglass and give themselves immunity and everyone in their group immunity, or not smash the hourglass and risk themselves and go to tribal council. What do you think they did?
I don't know, man. It's really tough.
Just a bit.
Did they avoid the tribal council?
I think so.
Yeah, because then they would be vulnerable.
Well, duh. Why would you want to be vulnerable in a game of survival?
Because why not? But that's the kind of stuff that this new era of Survivor gives us. And it's like, what is the point of this? It's obvious that she's going to do this. It's like, who cares? Like,
it's
so
the
I want,
age-old theory that like people think they need to evolve their game drastically to keep old viewers interested and to gain new viewers, but that doesn't gain any new viewers. Actually, it just makes them more confused, and we see this in every show possible. Like, it's just so weird. Everyone thinks they need to up the ante every year, and I'm glad. It makes me I'm glad to hear that it's also the case with Survivor, because that means it's not just like another show situation. But like, I don't know, it's crazy to me, because like you have that speech from Jeff at the beginning of each season where they're all there on the island the first time getting off the boat, and like I remember him saying that the game is always evolving, whatever, that whole spiel that he gives, and I'm like, is it
actually?
It just seems like more people get annoyed because you just add more things to it after hearing your gripes. But
I mean, I'm trying to, like, do you know what do or die is by chance?
No.
That's awful. That was the worst thing they've ever implemented.
It's honestly kind of, I mean, it's definitely worse than White Locust, but
I don't know what that is.
No, it's not worse than White Locust. White Locust was pretty
What's
bad.
a White Locust?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I saw a White Locust. That's what I meant. Yeah. So
I hate when
do
I see
or die. Do or die is basically like if they're really confident in an immunity challenge, and if they want to play for immunity, then they continue to play. But if they lose, then they are sent to tribal council, and they have a choice between 3 different boxes. One of them has fire, and the other 2 have like what, rocks or skulls or something.
Yeah, it was like a skull or something. Like, like your game is over.
Yeah, so and it means your game is over. No vote, you are out. And if you pick the fire, you're still alive. You're still there. And
and so how it would work is like you'd go in and you would pick your one of 3 box, and then Jeff would get rid of, or Jeff would, I don't remember how they did it, but they would ask if you wanted to swap one or something like that, and if you could like swap it for another box, but like it was just like one of the other 3.
So it's like Let's Make a Deal, but in Survivor practically.
Yeah,
you kind of like
much.
behind
You
this
didn't know what
curtain
was in any of the 3 boxes. Like, you would pick your box, and then Jeff would take one away and then ask you if you wanted to swap it with the 3rd one or something like that. And it would be like people would swap it because like statistically, like it's more likely to be that one. I don't remember, but people did like Reddit analysis and all this crap on it, and I was like on like the statistics of pulling the skull versus the fire and all this crap. All of this for it to not even work because the person pulled the fire, so it didn't even matter. But it's just like extra stuff like that, and it's like, who asked CBS? Let me know who sat there and was like, you know what they should do? They should pick a random box, and if it's a skull, they're just out of the game. Like, that's such a good idea.
That is
like,
all they think, though, in terms of twists. It's just, what does that look like presentation-wise? I don't care about the impacts that it has on the game. I just care that it looks cool on TV. That is all they care about. So
it probably is also the same person who works for a show that films in a parking lot this past season. So, you know, that one show.
I know. I mean, I know casting's the same, right?
hey, it's just like what Jeff said. You're not on a stage in the air conditioning.
He did
This
say
is
that.
real.
I forgot he said that last night.
And I was just like, what shade? What shade?
Yeah, you're gonna kill someone doing one of these challenges. What do you mean? They're brain dead doing a puzzle, and you're bragging about it.
But yeah, it's just, and not only that, no advantage can combat the do or die. So like, if you had an idol, you can't use it. Like, you are forced to play it. And the thing about it is like, it's just people are gonna. I mean, we've seen it both ways, where everyone still decided to play, and then the first person who went out had to do it, and then we've seen like only 2 people play, and only one of them didn't do it. So it's just, I'm glad they got rid of it, because Jeff was like, "Oh, I think the game is too advanced for this." It's not admitting that it's the worst.
That just made me think of another question for y'all. Can you describe to me what Jeff Probst has? What can he do? What control does he have over the show? Because the amount of times this week alone, in doing my research and my prep as much as I could, which even then, to be honest, I am barely scratching the surface, even on this season, I feel like. But the time and time again, I have heard, and I asked Jeff, and Jeff said, and behind the scenes, Jeff said, and Jeff thought, and Jeff this, and Jeff that, and does he just
ruining the show?
Okay, it's just is there anything that doesn't go past him, or
there's nothing that goes? He is literally.
I get that he's the executive producer, but that seems like an extra level to be that.
Well, yeah,
like
he literally gives the final interviews for the castaways.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was hearing for like the beginning when he's talking to everyone. And someone was like, "Jeff, you already know him. You already know all of these people. Why are you pretending that you don't know any of their names?" Or to Jason, like, "You back there, you know."
His thought process is, if I can't go have a beer with him at a bar, I don't want to cast him.
Oh, I love it when people say that. I love it when people say that.
And Jeff is. I had said this once, and I'll say it. Well, in real life, because this is our. Well, we've always been a Survivor podcast, so
as far as I can
ever
remember.
ever since today, Jeff will be the downfall of this show, or Jeff will be the reason this show ends, because he is so tone deaf, and I honestly don't understand how he does not just see, like, look at Survivor Samoa, just like copy and paste the twist in that and put it into the new era. That's all we want. Like, simple. Well, I meant like only idols.
Okay. It's like, why are we using Samoa as an example here?
Well, that's the one pure season. Micronesia is one. Well, Micronesia had an Exile Island, though.
Even if they did things like, I don't know, I love Cagayan. I liked it when they actually... So, you know what I miss about Survivor 2? Since we're talking about Jeff Probst and I was ruining the damn show. I miss when, like I said, the seasons had a theme. I hate that it's all just, like, random. Here's 3 random people on the blue tribe, 3 random people on the red, and 3 random on the yellow. They used to give us themes. There was reasons why people were in specific tribes and what fit that. Like, there is no more individuality for each season, and that's what pisses me off. Every season is a copy and paste with a different color of tribe and a different number, and I hate it. It's like every single season, no swap, you merge it this time, there's the mergatory, and then there's the final form fire making. It's the exact same thing. And then the whole thing is that it's the new era of Survivor. Well, guess what? It's been 10 seasons now since we've done new school era of Survivor. So when you look at Survivor in the grand scheme of things, from 1 through 10 is as many seasons as they've done from 4 through 49 of just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. That's boring. Like, what are
and
we
not only-
doing? We wasted an entire decade of the show's life copy and pasting because we're lazy to come up with new things. Like, I don't understand. It just gives so much laziness nowadays. And Jeff thinks that this is what we want. It's like, I don't want any of this. This is not what I like about the show. Don't even get me started on his whole like thing about there being no more villains on Survivor, and that he doesn't want the show to be edited in a mean spirit, and that mean-spirited people have no business on the show. All this stuff, and it's like, we want villains, Jeffrey. We want people to be playing the game and mean in the game. I'm not asking you to cast mean people. I'm asking you to cast villains. Boston Rob was not a nice person when he played Survivor. Johnny Fairplay was
Boston
not
Rob
a
is
nice
our-
person. when he played
Boston Rob is
Survivor.
our god and savior.
I don't think anybody from
He
that I
was
can
on
think
the
of.
villain's tribe.
I don't think anyone that I know that is considered probably on the Mount Rushmore of Survivor was a hero that I can think of. Like,
Exactly.
Sandra
Sandra was on the villain's tribe. Don't even get me started.
Sandra's definitely a villain.
One could
Yeah.
argue against Johnny Fairplay, like she was the hero.
Okay, she was a villain still.
I mean, yeah, I get, yeah, I understand, but
I just think that the like vision that Probst has on the show is so far off from what the fans actually want, and then to make us, then they give us Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans. And what are the options? What colors do you want them to have this time?
No, y'all voted on the colors?
Yeah, we voted on the tribe colors.
That's
Do
the
you want-
power you were given for Survivor 50?
We voted on a lot of things, Barrett. We voted on if they would
No
swap or not.
twists? Oh yeah.
We voted on if there was twists or no twists. Idols or no idols.
And
Final Four fire making or no Final Four fire making. It's like,
wait, did they make like a CBS poll? What happened here?
Yeah,
What-
we voted every every other week.
yeah,
Okay,
you got to
and-
go in and vote for what you wanted.
So what
But
were
they
the
didn't
results?
give us. They didn't give them
won't
to
know.
us.
We won't know.
Well, I would think you would know. I feel like y'all had to just say no to everything.
I
and
mean,
we'll-
yeah.
But you know
Right.
you're gonna get all of it.
That's the thing, is that they're gonna give us all of it, and Jeff's gonna sit there and say, "It's what the fans wanted." I hate it.
Oh my
I hate
God.
it so much. Like, I hate being a fan of the show. I really do.
No, not only that. Like, here, let me look at. There was one that really made me mad. Let me
They were
see.
so dumb. The tribe colors. Are we kidding? This is what we're talking about when you've let us vote for the cast of the season before.
It's
Wait,
so
we got to choose what the immunity necklace was, though.
Oh yeah, we have to. Like, I don't
okay.
care.
So I wonder what I'm just trying to think, like, because clearly, like, say if the fans voted no to all of those things that they were like, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? To the point where you
Like,
just basically
no.
had the bare bones season of Survivor that you're asking for. What even is their play? They're probably just gonna pretend to that. Well, some of you just said no to some of them, and you said yes to some of them, and they're just gonna pretend we're gonna pick and choose which one. Like, it's just so pointless because they're not gonna not do all of those things because y'all voted on it. That's so ridiculous.
Exactly. Like, do you think I believe that you're not gonna put an idol in the game? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they said we can't do it. It is Survivor
Oh,
50.
That was it, Colton. Rice or no rice, and then a live reunion or the pre-taped reunion.
Or the level of advantages this season. We can
Yes.
have a minimal power, strategic power, or dynamic power. Mind
Go
you,
away.
there are
I don't
no
want any of
descriptions.
them.
There are no descriptions with this. That is literally what it says. That is all it says. So we have no idea what strategic or dynamic power even, or minimal, because their minimal power could be a god idol. which is an idol you can play after the votes are read. So you basically have an extra life in the game.
In the finale.
Or you can choose the final... choosing the final immunity challenge, I guess, is... I mean, that's cool, I guess. Like, let me see... the amount of twists in the season, do we want to make them rare or infesting the game with them? Those are two very different things, and we do not know what they are setting the scale on, because it could be minimal being like Survivor 1 or infesting being Survivor Game Changers, where we have advantage Geddon, where someone is eliminated because there is simply no one else to vote out because everyone else has immunity through a twist. Through multiple idols being played and advantages being played.
It's what the fans wanted, though, Zach.
They voted for it. They said yes to everything. In fact, they said more.
That game. With idols, advantages, twists, Final Four fire making. I don't want any swaps. I
want fire at
reunion.
every tribal. I want everything on fire at the tribal. That's a ship.
I still remember on Survivor Game Changers when they were like, there is no revote. There is...
yes. You simply go to rocks.
Yeah.
What? So if it ties, we just go to rocks automatically?
Or there's like a discussion, and then it's like, if it can't be decided, then we go to rocks. And it's like, so there's no revote. And then they were like, okay, we'll just never have a revote.
They were all just like, okay, so we're just never going to tie the vote then, because if tying the vote means that I'm going home. I'm not tying it. Like...
Yeah. Yeah, if you found a way to skip it, I mean, go for it.
I just
if you found a way to set your map on top of Alex's map, then do it.
I just don't understand how they expect the people to continue to watch the show like this.
I mean, we do, unfortunately. But
yeah,
it's
because we've been watching for forever, but they're not gaining new viewers, like Barrett said. Because who wants to sit there and watch, like, crazy crap just going on? Like, it doesn't make sense. And then it gets too complicated to follow, and then you're like, okay, there's 10 advantages out there, and there's 15 people in the game. It's like, I don't know who's got what. Like, there's just too much going on, and it's just like,
remember fire tokens?
Too difficult. Oh yeah, the fire tokens. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Barrett knows about
I know
that.
I know what that is.
Barrett knows that.
They said it was going to be a new currency in the game, and then I think the pandemic just decided, nope, we're not doing that. And Jeff woke up. And
after Natalie bought her way to third place, I mean, after being out of the game the entire time.
No, she got second.
She got second? Oh.
Yeah.
I made a video on this season. That's embarrassing.
No,
like,
but
I should know these.
But then he gets asked.
My girl Michelle got third.
Yeah. She would have gotten votes if people weren't scared, but
no, people are dumb bitches.
Then you have the creator of White Lotus coming. Is it fun? Yeah, but you know, you doing all this, but is it fun? And then Jeff is like, yeah, I wonder if it's fun.
If I say it's fun to everyone, that probably means it is, right? If I say this is like earth shattering, or like, I feel like he always does like the Dr. Phil speak of like, dramatizing whatever comes his way about the next episode or whatever is about to happen. Just like, I'm so tired of seeing every year like an EW headline that's like, Jeff Probst calls this the most maniacal season you've ever seen. Like, it's like, oh my God, I don't think it is, probably, especially if y'all are saying the past 8 have been the same, which this season, I want you to know, he says it's the most unpredictable season.
I'm sure
last season it was his
so far, like
last season it was his favorite season.
Yeah,
so
the
far.
season that I called one of the worst ones ever, Jeff Probst calls one of his favorite seasons ever. That goes to show how like off touch he is with the audience, in my opinion.
And then the season before that, he said it was like it was insane or some. And the season before that, he said it was a wild ride, and just filler words. He just puts in a new word like that he has never used before, and it's just annoying. And I just I promise I'm a fan. I promise I love the show.
I know, right? Like me too. I feel like I'm like such a hater, but like I really am such a fan of the show, and that's why it like bothers me because of how much I love the show to see it just go to like crap.
I don't think any of what you say about Survivor is making me think you are less of a fan than other people. So y'all always have the receipts for whatever you are complaining about, just like with any other show we complain about and say that we still love and still come back to every single week. So don't think that is a crazy thing to say.
Like Real Housewives.
Exactly. The amount of times we come on here talking about Real Housewives. This will be a Real Housewives podcast one day, I'm sure.
It will be when me and Barrett are talking about
At this rate.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah. And I'm just hoping for because I'm even thinking about the themes. Like I thought about great themes that they could do. Like obviously Jeff said I wouldn't want this anyway, but we're never gonna go political. But like
don't even say it.
Republicans versus Democrats versus third party or something. Oh, I mean, they literally have. Oh, I don't think you've seen. They've literally divided tribes by race.
I've heard of that one. I've heard of that season. Yeah.
Cook Islands, still a good season, but not because of the dividing. I want to
thank you for that clarification, Zack. I appreciate that.
But like streamers versus podcasters versus influencers.
Please, you just yeah. I mean, I even miss just the simple brains, bronze, beauty, anything like that. Like fans versus favorites. They have not done that in how long?
Especially since they're now casting actual fans.
Right. Not recruits. It was recruits versus favorites. That's literally what it was.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to because the downfall of where it happened was they were stretching. Have you seen all the names of like other seasons before, Barrett?
I know some of them. I couldn't put on like a.
Okay.
I don't know too many, but like.
There's a season called Heroes versus Healers.
Oh, the 3H
versus
is
Hustlers.
One. Yeah.
Yes.
I always joked about that one because I think Daniel Icon Brown and Roxy wanted to cover it, and I was like, "Oh, you mean the horses versus
horses versus the horseshoes versus the horse stables."
Yeah, it's the like a farmer season of Survivor.
And then there was like white collar, blue collar, no collar, and
no collar. What?
Yeah, it's like the offbeat people, like a coconut vendor. They seek truth.
Okay,
that was Nick's favorite Vince ever.
I don't know about that.
I don't know any other ones.
Yeah, that's the only Vince I know. So I think by default,
they should do like a Big Brother, Survivor, Amazing Race season.
That seems too packed. Let's just. What if they did like a Big Brother Amazing Race?
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Blood versus water.
Perfect.
They should do a Blood versus water again.
They should, because that was good, but they're not going to do that because it was good.
Yeah, why is
it
it
done a season with 2 tribes in 10 years? Like,
why is it that reality TV hasn't caught on to the wave of like nostalgia bait like other shows or other like the movie industry seems to do? Like, why isn't Survivor just being like, remember this from 20 years ago? You loved it then? Like, it seems like that would be the easiest thing in the world. But it seems like that show and the other one continue to just do this thing where they're like, I don't think anybody would like us to do old things, even though we had like a higher rated season because we specifically brought back someone from 15 years ago. Like, it's like stuff like that. It's like you have a layup in front of you, like Jawan and Nate working together, but they just don't do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like what was? Oh my gosh. Nick, go ahead. I have a
Zack's having a crisis.
Say.
No, I had something a really good take to say.
Probably the best one you will have ever had, and it just you lost it.
Ooh, that seems a little shady, Barrett.
Wow.
Sorry, Survivor podcast.
The podcast or the take he can't remember. It's the best take he's gonna ever have.
Yeah. Maybe it had something to do with Survivor season 18.
Shut up.
Right.
I'm not bringing this over.
On that note, I
Survivor
think
Tokachins.
that's one of my favorite seasons, if I'm being totally honest with you.
That's 18.
Yeah. No, I agree, Barrett, and it like blows my mind that they haven't bought into the nostalgia thing either. Give us 3 tribe captains. Any of them. Anybody who's played the game before. Anybody, and I'm sure that the audience would eat it up. It'd be different. It'd be something we hadn't had in a long time. But now here's just like it's just so basic over and over and over again. And that's why I like to call it lazy. It just seems very like, okay, we're just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? You've done
until
so many more creative
CBS
things
changes
in the
their fall
past.
schedule, will they care about any of this? And Survivor is just a well-oiled machine at this point, to where they're in the same spot every single year. Everything they do is just a routine, twice a year, over and over again.
Wait, you want 2 tribes? Okay, how about 4?
What if we did 6 tribes, 3 people in each one?
Oh my god, it's perfect.
And we give them 10 rocks each, and they roll all of them at once. And if 5 of them pop up with X's, then that means 3 votes are taken away.
Let's do 9 tribes of 2, and we have them set in Fiji, and they start to travel the world and do individual immunity challenges in different locations, and we film it.
Do they have to race to get there?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say race, more like a relay. You know,
okay.
I feel like it'd be the Survivor relay.
We put a host on a mat in a random spot that shows them where to run. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They have tree mails heading across all over the place that you have to find in order to like.
So you're saying we just put a bunch of envelopes in a random like podium and we just place it on a street in like Zimbabwe, and we just tell them to find it?
Yeah, hopefully they don't get lost.
Why not?
What happens if they get lost?
They're eliminated.
This is all of our plug for next Tuesday, where we're going to be talking about the Amazing Race Big Brother edition, everybody. That's not a lie. That wasn't a joke. We actually are doing that. And this is probably my good... actually, final time. We're done talking Survivor, I think. Or else we are going to get to 3 hours, and that's embarrassing. Okay, cool. Anyway.
I was laughing.
I know. I didn't know if you had anything else to say, and you didn't. So I'm moving on now. We're done with Survivor, everybody. We're never coming back. All right. Everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get Islands in the Stream ready, because I think it's time to get out of here. But thank you all for being here for our very first episode of Survivor coverage, Survivor 49. It'll be a little bit before we're back talking more Survivor, but it will not be too long before you see us again, because next Tuesday we are going to be talking about the Amazing Race 38 Big Brother edition. We have 2 episodes to talk about there, so if you want to talk about more reality TV, or if you were missing Big Brother in a sense, please come back on Tuesday. Or if you just want to hang out please come back as well. But yeah, we'll see you on Tuesday. And then after that, we'll be off until the following Thursday, where we'll talk about Survivor here again. So it should be the same time. And then following that, it'll be weekly on Thursdays, where we're going to be alternating 2 episodes of Amazing Race and 2 episodes of Survivor until we're done with all of those shows. And then we'll find another reason to keep podcasting. I can't wait to figure out what that's going to be by the time we get there.
Traders.
It could probably is going to be. But Nick, Zach, thank you so much for your Survivor education, presently and in the future. I'm really excited to invest in this season, and I think I will have a better grasp about how to structure this show going forward and what to talk about now that we've really got our feet wet with this. So I'm very excited. Thank you all of you who was in chat, everyone who was here, all 2 hours. And we'll see you on Tuesday if you want to join us. Bye. Zach, say the thing you always say.
Make sure to watch your shoes. You never know where they'll end up. But perception is reality. Our reality.
Bye, everybody.